Hi, have you ever lived with people that are not your parents? Have you ever been hosted somewhere and you've had to maintain your stay there? Or have you ever been asked to leave a place that you visited and you had not exhausted the time that you were expected to stay there? There are two things that I would wish to share. One is that people always enjoy to stay with someone that we call Rhoda. Rhoda, I don't mean someone's name, I mean RODA, which is an acronym that stands for reliable, obedient, dependable, and accountable. If you're staying with people, they should know that they can count on you to do something that they ask you to do. If these people should ask you to do a task, it should not get to the point where they ask you to do task X and also ask another person to do the same task because they are not very sure that you will accomplish it as being the first person that was assigned that task. Number two, when you are obedient, are you the person that refuses to do things, refuses to go to places, or refuses to observe boundaries that they set for you? You might be someone that likes a certain pattern of life. Maybe you like a certain hairstyle, something simple like that. Or maybe you like a certain dress code as a lady maybe. And the people in that home are uncomfortable with your style of life. If they ask you to adjust or change completely, would you be willing to obey that? If not, they're going to have to ask you to leave someday. Number three, are you dependable? Are you dependable? Like if you had chance to be in a superior position, can you step up to help these people rely on your better position? Let me use this example. Let's say the owners of the home are not in, and you, the one that is staying there, you are around. Can you spend your money to buy, can you buy groceries using your money for them? Can they depend on your little money for their supper? Let me give that simple example. If they want someone that can maybe take care of the child, if they want someone that can maybe stand in for them on a visiting day for the children in school, can they trust that you will be a good representation of what they stand for in that school? Can they depend on you when they are not able to accomplish their wishes by virtue of their busy schedule or something else? Are you able to step up and be there for them? And number four, which is accountability. Are you accountable? Especially with resources. When they ask you to do something, they give you money to go and shop for them. Do you bring back all the balance? Do you even bring back the receipt? And do you buy based on the shopping list that you're given? Many people lose the favor of their hosts because of some, let me call them foolish mistakes, because you spoil your entire future with simple things, mostly shoes. You buy shoes with money that is not yours, and you will find you are so excited to show them off and say, hey, you see, these ones were cheap. They were only 200 shillings. Yes, they were 200 shillings, but last time they checked, you didn't have any money that was yours. So why have you used their money to buy your things without permission? when you go to buy things in a supermarket and they do not have shillings, oftentimes they give you sweets to stand in for the loose change, those small amounts. Those sweets are not for you to distribute. They are very small, but remember, the receipt will read a different value from what you have brought. Can you account for every little shilling? And even in that accountability, are you mindful of how much is being spent? If, for example, they take you out and hand you the menu to choose something to eat, wisdom dictates that you do not choose something that is going to make them to strain to pay for you. You need to be wise to know that you need favor from people that you can redeem slowly until you get to your ultimate destiny. You might have stayed with people for a month, but you need to stay with them for a year before you can achieve your potential. But if you're going to eat like a pig within that month, and their budget doubles the next month, why do you think they will tolerate you until the year is over? So there are some small habits that you can tame. There are very small habits that you can tame that will help people to appreciate you and to see that you are not a bother to them. You're actually a plus when you came to their homes. So remember, I said there are two things. So the first thing I said, you need to be Rhoda. And I have explained Rhoda is reliable, obedient, dependable, and accountable. Number two, you need to be helpful and confidential. Helpful and confidential. This is what I mean. In this home that you have joined, find a niche, find something that you can do to benefit your hosts. Most of them, maybe they have a big house, or maybe they have a garden, they have dogs, they have a car, they have many shoes. Polish their shoes when you're free. Feed the dog. Go to the garden and make it better. Plant some new vegetables. You make it different in a good way. Wash the car. Let them never use a dirty car when you're there free. And clean the house. Do these things knowing that you are actually building a portfolio with which you will gain favor to continue staying in this home. If you left that home today, tomorrow are they going to miss you? Will they feel their life is different because you left? If they don't feel any difference, in fact, they will realize that their budget has become smaller because you're not there. Remember, you're not originally part of that family, and they are not obliged to provide and to have you on their budget. Remember, I also mentioned that you need to be confidential. You're going to hear a lot of things. Many people like privacy. Their private life must remain private even with you around. You will overhear things, you will see things, you will be taken to places that are part of these people's secret lives. You will be shown investments that they have. Do not be quick, not even at all. Do not share out information that is not yours. Things that do not concern you should not be heard from elsewhere. If they are having a conversation in their house and this conversation comes back to them from your village, that is how you get deported back to the village and you will not be assisted. Remember, you have left your home and you've come to stay with people because you need favor. You need to be favored and be assisted. These people you've come to stay with have more resources, they have more finances, they have better food, they have better housing, they have connections. After you have finished your little course, they can connect you to get a job and eventually start helping your folks in the village. But if you run your mouth every time, if you eat everything they have around and they have to stay hungry because of you, if you are a busybody who is all over, you are never in the house, they can't find you. If you are a lazy person who just sits, takes over the remote and starts watching everything and playing loud music, you will lose the favor and you will not be helped. I charge you to be wise. I charge you to know how to sustain favor. I charge you to know how to stay within the access that you've been given and to leverage the love that people have for you and prosper. All of us are a product of some help. But before that help is complete, you need to play a very big part of being a responsible person that is worth helping. Thank you. God bless you.